In a bustling city filled with noise, there was an old street musician named Elias. Every morning, he would sit at the corner of a busy intersection with his worn-out violin, playing melodies that seemed to blend into the background of city life. Passers-by rarely noticed him. He was just another invisible figure in a sea of rushing people. But there was something extraordinary about Elias. He wasn't playing random tunes. He was searching for something. A lost song. Long ago, he had composed a beautiful melody for someone he loved deeply. But before he could share it, she vanished without a word, leaving behind only a cryptic note. "If you ever find my echo, you'll find me too." Elias didn't know what it meant, but he believed that if he played his heart out, the echo of that song would find her wherever she was. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, a young woman named Lyra stopped in front of Elias. Unlike others, she didn't rush by. Something about his music stirred something deep inside her, a feeling she couldn't explain. "Your music, it feels familiar," she said softly. Elias paused, his fingers trembling slightly. "Familiar, you say? Have you heard this song before?" Lyra shook her head. "Not exactly. It feels like it's searching for something, or someone." Elias smiled faintly. "That's because it is." Curious, Lyra sat beside him, asking about the story behind his song. As Elias shared his tale, something clicked in Lyra's mind. She remembered an old story her grandmother used to tell her, about a woman who believed music could carry messages across time and space, a woman who had vanished mysteriously long ago. Intrigued, Lyra offered to help Elias. Together, they travelled across the city, seeking out places where echoes lingered, empty halls, quiet alleyways, and ancient tunnels beneath the streets. Wherever they went, Elias played his song, hoping for an answer. One night, deep in an abandoned subway tunnel, something magical happened. As Elias played, the sound didn't just echo, it resonated, forming a haunting harmony. The air seemed to shimmer, and a soft, ethereal voice began to sing along with his melody. Elias and Lyra looked around in awe. The voice wasn't coming from anyone they could see. It was as if the tunnel itself had remembered the lost song. As the last note faded, a figure appeared. A woman, radiant and familiar, yet seemingly out of place. It was her, the woman Elias had been searching for all these years. "You found my echo," she whispered, tears in her eyes. "I was trapped in the echoes of time, waiting for someone who believed enough to find me." Elias embraced her, his heart finally at peace. The city, once noisy and indifferent, now felt like a symphony of life, each sound a note in a grander melody. Lyra watched in awe, realizing that the greatest journeys aren't always about distance. They're about faith, persistence, and the courage to follow what others deem impossible. From that day on, Elias's song became a legend, a reminder to all that sometimes the echoes we leave behind aren't meant to be forgotten. They're meant to guide us back to what we've lost.